everybody. Happy New Year. I'm here with Hollywood stylist Mandy Mitchell. Hey, Mandy, how's it going?
Good.
Hi, Mandy.
Are you actually in Hollywood? Are you a Hollywood stylist?
I am. I'm literally in Hollywood right below the Hollywood sign.
It's great. I used to live in Hollywood. It's really getting built up, even from, even 10 years ago. It's really like becoming New York almost.
Yeah. It feels very Brooklyn, my neighborhood, I feel like.
Yeah, I know. I know you went to school and you were living in Brooklyn for a while, right?
I was, yeah. I lived there for 4 years. I went to Pratt, art school in Brooklyn, and I studied drawing.
So did you like going to Pratt?
Yeah, I loved it. I wish I could rewind the tape and do it again and again.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Be the perpetual student.
Yeah. I would love to be a perpetual student forever. I love it.
I know. I totally agree. I went back to school many times. And I love school. I just love learning and being in that atmosphere.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So how did you always want to be a stylist, like growing up as a teenager?
No. I always liked clothes. And my mom will tell you that I always used to add to like coloring books, like, paper dolls. I'd always add outfits and make gloves on the dolls and sort of make my own clothes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I guess I had an affinity for clothes forever.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. And then I kind of fell into it when I graduated. I had a friend who wanted me to help her out on like a student film. She did wardrobe, so I assisted her. And then I sort of just got into it. And then when I graduated, I kind of just kept going and getting my own jobs and assisting different stylists. And then it kind of took off from there.
Good for you.
If you like our videos, go ahead and click on like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
So you've got a little bit of hustle in you, right?
Yeah, I like to be busy. And I don't care. I'll do whatever, basically, as long as I'm busy. So being a stylist is not glamorous.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, right?
It's a lot of hustle, a lot of heavy lifting.
Literally, right? Literally heavy lifting.
Literally heavy lifting, garment bags. We call them body bags. It's a lot. It's a lot of heavy lifting. You're on the floor all the time. You're pinning. You're cleaning shoes. Yeah, it's a lot of grunt work, but the images look beautiful when you're done. So it's very rewarding to see
what
nice of it.
Yeah. Yes, you got to be in good shape. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what kind of styling are you doing? Like what kind of work do you do? Because there's a lot of different.
There is. So I work a lot. I have an agency. So my agent usually just sends me out to different jobs that he wants me to do. So I do a lot of advertising clients. So like Ulta, I've done a campaign for them. I did one for Frederick Fekkai. I've done Mother Denim is a denim client of mine. Nordstrom, I work with them a lot. So I work kind of like all across the board with advertising and e-commerce. And then I also work with a lot of musicians. So we're doing a lot of music videos.
So we both worked on music videos at some point, and they're not very glamorous. So how does that go?
It's like 16 hours being in like very cold warehouses usually, but I love being on music videos. I think I'm a few stylists that like doing it. I don't mind hearing the same song on repeat all day. I'm okay with it. Basically, you just get to be really creative. You get to work with the talent in like a more unique way than you would with commercial jobs or anything else, because I get to have fun and like sort of play off their personal style. And I get to make weird costumes for them sometimes. And it's definitely just more exciting. It's more hands-on.
Right. I would agree with that. It's more creativity, maybe a little more leeway, right?
Yeah, so much more. You're definitely going to have a lot more playtime doing music videos.
Well, I have a question. So with these musicians, what's the process? Do you go out and you shop and you buy all these clothes and then bring them to the set and they pick what they want to wear? Or you?
It sort of depends on like what the job is, but basically I would shop or go to the costume rental house depending on like how quirky we're getting. And so I would go to the costume house, I would go to rental houses, I shop. lot of shopping. And then I would do a fitting with them beforehand so we can kind of streamline the process for the day of, because like being on set's so busy. Okay. So we try, and I always like to do a fitting before, and then myself and the musician and their reps, we kind of pick together what it'll look like.
Okay. I have a secret to share. So when I was a little girl, I used to take my underwear and cut them up and make my own clothes for my Barbies.
Oh, that's so
cool. I would watch Sonny and Cher, and I would make these gowns designed kind of, Cher-ish, pretty wild.
Cher-like.
And I would sew them. I would hand sew them myself.
Wow.
And so then when I got older, I love clothes too. So when I got older, I went and took this class. I can't remember. It was like a 1-day class about being a stylist. So that's what I thought I wanted to do.
Oh, cool.
And so I took a class, and I don't know if you know all this, Kimbra, but anyway, I took this class and I was all set for it. And I have a friend who's in the business. Hi, Kurt. And he, hooked me up to go to a set and talk to a stylist and, learn more about it. And when she told me just what you said, you're in warehouses a lot of the time and it's really cold, I bailed. I said, I can't live like that. I can't do it. So anyway, that was the end of my stylist career. But I think it would be such a fun job. Yeah.
It is fun. It's super fun. It's just, I think people always think it's going to be all like high-end designer, runway, clean, everything's so pristine and beautiful, and you just sort of sit and everything just looks good.
Right.
Not like
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of.
You're like the first one there, right? Like they told me you're usually the first one there. It was a TV show I think that I was on the set of, and she's like, yeah, we come in first, and we have to have everything ready. And then a lot of times we're the last one to leave because you're waiting for the clothes to come back. And I was like, and it's cold too.
And it's cold.
So much respect for you.
Mandy, I wanted to ask you. So after you graduated from college, how did you get your first jobs? Like, did you just word of mouth? Did you move back to LA?
Yeah, I moved back to LA for a bit. My first jobs. So I wound up working at a friend of mine's boutique in West Hollywood called Milk. Mm-hmm. And I met a lot of celebrities and like celebrity stylists, I guess, through working there. And then I saw her, it was like the beginning, I think, of e-commerce sort of really taking off. Mm-hmm. So I saw a hole in her store where she didn't really have a great e-com store in place. Mm-hmm. I sort of took that. Sorry.
What?
Call coming in, it was distracting.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. We get those.
Yeah. So yeah, I just saw a hole in her, in the fact that she was missing that point of sale, because it's a whole nother store basically just online with no overhead. So I kind of took the helm on that and just kind of created a job for myself where I was styling friends and had a friend take photos of them, and then we put them online, and that's kind of how that sort of started my book, because we have to build a portfolio, and then once you build your portfolio, you can start submitting it to different clients. So I would just cold email people all the time, just trying to get hired. And once I kind of created like a little Rolodex for myself, I reached out to an agency and then wound up signing with them. So then that's how I get jobs.
Yeah. Got it. And then when was the switch from more acting stuff into the music videos and music world?
So when I was assisting in LA, because it's so much celebrity here, I would assist a lot of celebrity stylists. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't for me. From just the type of personalities that you sort of come across, and like,
got it.
Very stressful, and everyone is very stressed all the time. And that's not really the lifestyle I like.
Right.
I'll style some celebrity, just people I kind of know, and like that kind of world. It's more, just a little more friendly and less ego vibes.
Sure.
I switched over a little bit to music, just because I made some connections with people at Atlantic Records.
Cool.
So I style a lot of their musicians, like these indie rock groups and just different people like that. And I really love doing it.
That's great.
Kind of their go-to, I guess.
Good for you. I know some people over at Atlantic Records. We'll talk later. I want names. No, I'm kidding.
They're so nice. I love it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So Kelly, what made you decide not to become a stylist? Was it just being the cold and such hard work?
It really was. Yeah, it was that they said you're the first one there and the last one to leave, which, I don't mind working a long day, but I want to sleep too. I need my 8 hours.
No sleep, right, Mandy?
The biggest part of it was being cold. We were in this warehouse, literally in a warehouse on a movie set or a film set, or TV, what are they called? Studio.
Right.
And it was cold. And they said, yeah. I said, do you have heaters? Can you bring heaters? She said, well, not really, because there's no place to plug them in. And I was like, okay, this isn't for me.
Well, I actually bring my own space heater a lot.
Yeah.
I also bring the little heat packs that you like squish and they get hot.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I bring my own heating methods.
Yeah. Well, being cold is the worst thing in the world to me.
I know, so. Me too.
I don't like being
totally
cold. Yeah.
Mandy, I know your mother's a very talented artist. I've seen her work, and I want to buy a couple of her pieces. But is that where you got your talent? Do you think was from your mother, or partly?
I think mainly, to be honest.
Oh, really?
I sort of think being artistic is genetic. I don't know. I think it comes from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everyone's got it, if I'm going to be honest. Even though my mom is an art teacher and she can definitely teach people very well. She was my first art teacher, and she was my teacher in middle school, preschool. She worked at our school.
Yeah, so, and her mother's name is Amy Mitchell. If you want to look her up, she's a really talented artist. And,
her work's amazing.
Yeah, and so delicate, and she's just got a really good eye,
Yeah, everything she does is very detailed.
Yes, detailed. Like she has this interactive piece, a couple pieces where you turn it around and then you do things, right? Yeah. I don't know how to explain it any better.
Gloves, and then you can play with like one piece is Jimi Hendrix, and you can swap out his necklace, and it's really cool, interactive kind of pop art assemblage.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, I know you wrote a book. Now, is this your first book that you've ever written?
Book.
Wow.
So, quarantine really hit my job hard, like a lot of people, obviously. But production was fully shut down. So I told you I hate to not be busy. Like I'm not a couch girl. I don't sit very often. And my mom would tell you I'm a night and a day morning person. I don't need very much sleep, so I get really bored. And I love to make gifts. So I thought of this gift for a really good friend of mine who loves true crime. And so I started just drawing these little Where's Waldo serial killer drawings. And they're not as dark as they sound.
Right. I've seen the book, and she's telling the truth.
Yeah, they're more quirky, and like the color, it's all colored pencils, so all the colors are very happy. And you're basically just hunting for Ted Bundy in this like scene at Chi Omega sorority house in the 70s where he happened to be once.
Right.
Yeah, so this project was birthed through quarantine, and then I gifted it to my friend for her birthday, and her husband was obsessed with it and was like, we can do something with this. So that's kind of how it sort of parlayed into a book. And now we're selling them, and I'm working on another one, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And,
yeah,
I saw the cover, and so is that what the book is? It's different true crime scenes, I guess? Is that what you call it?
It's not murder scenes. The scenes are like basically different places that person was in at one, or like Son of Sam from New York. He chose his victims that were in cars, so I drew him hiding in a gas station. So they're sort of like related to the killer, but not of a crime scene.
That is so clever. Very clever. Yeah.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah.
Manson one is my favorite drawing in the book. I don't know if you saw it, but it's
I didn't get to Charlie.
So I drew Spawn Ranch, and I was watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Right.
And honestly, the hardest part of doing these drawings when you look through it is drawing each outfit. Because I had to hand draw every character's little outfit, and they're all like this big.
Yeah.
My job really helped out in this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so neat. I'm excited to see the whole thing. I've just seen the cover, so I haven't peeked inside yet. So
you can check us out on where'sthekiller.com.
yeah.
What's that website again?
Where'sthekiller.com.
Okay, good. Because we have listeners on Spotify too, so
Yeah.
we want to repeat things.
Make sure everybody can find it.
Yeah. And we're on Instagram as Where's the Killer also.
Okay.
Got it. Wow. So that's really, so work's been slow. What else have you been doing lately?
Yeah, I mean, it's picked back up a little bit, but I've been really into these drawings, so I'm sort of still working on them, and I'm doing a second edition, you could call it, just about, it's representational of what dating is like in Los Angeles.
What is that?
Yeah, you tell us, Mandy. We know a little bit about it, but
yeah.
I don't have a title. It's like a working title, but working title's Where's the Ghost?
Okay. Oh, like when you're ghosted, you mean? Like when a guy ghosts you? Oh,
you're looking for the Waldo would be the ghost emoji. So you're looking for that emoji.
I'm gonna really be interested in learning about that.
So I just drew different iconic places in LA and then hid the ghost.
Cool. I like that idea. Are you aiming to release that this year in 2021?
Oh my God, it's 2021.
It's 2021.
It is.
I don't know. This year feels tight. No, I have a whole year. Yeah. I'm hopefully going to have it ready by Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can have you back if you're done by then, right?
The goal is to be done by
about it.
I'm getting there.
Cool.
Great idea. Great idea. You are talented and creative. Anything else? Like what other, so you told us before we started, we asked about the painting behind you because we were both interested, and you said you did that.
I did do that. It's a collage painting.
Wow.
I have a friend who opened up a gallery cannabis shop in West Hollywood. So I curated their gallery for them. It's a beautiful space.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a whole new take on like the idea of selling cannabis. It's just a gorgeous location. They did such an amazing job with it. And so I curated the art and the murals that are there. My mom and I actually, I don't know if she told you, but we actually collaborated on a mural that's in the front of the shop. And so we painted that. And then I sold my mom's pieces there. And this piece I made for the show.
Is that the one that I was invited to, the showing, right? You said she did really well.
Yeah, my mom sold like 10 pieces.
Wow. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Mine's still for sale.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's tacky to sell it, but we'll maybe post something.
Is it on your website? A website for your artwork?
I don't. I should have one.
Yeah. You definitely should. You're so multi-talented, you know?
Thank you.
Well, I hope to use you as a stylist one day. I was, thinking about that. Yeah, I've seen your stuff, and I'm like, she's pretty. Can I afford this chick? I don't know.
Talk to my agent.
Yeah, I will. You have to text me the number later.
I wish I could charge my friends for how many times I get messages about what they should wear.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, that's true, right? Yeah, we feel the same way about friends with advice about dating and stuff,
Oh, really? Ironically, I'm very minimal, so it's kind of funny. I don't have a lot of stuff. I like very minimal things.
Oh, that's good.
So for my job, it's basically like a professional hoarder. So I just collect so many things all the time.
Right. Yeah, I know that's true. But your place, I've seen your place, and you keep it very sparse. It is
very sparse, yeah.
Easier to clean.
It is. I just don't like to have a lot of, I think it's easier to think when you have room. So I have my art studio and my wardrobe studio, and I keep everything sort of in there. And then the rest of the house is just sparse and clean.
So I just wanted to ask you, in conclusion, if someone was wanting to become a stylist, was there any advice that you can give them besides going to a really good school?
Yeah. I don't think school has anything to do with becoming a stylist, to be honest. I think it does help with work ethic.
Right, exactly.
To get into this industry, you have to eliminate your ego. And you have to just be okay with doing some really weird tasks and not have an ego about it. Just be grateful that you're working and like know that everyone had to go through it. Like up someone's dry cleaning at rush hour on the opposite side of town for no apparent reason. Just random things that you sort of just need to like eliminate that stigma behind. And I think just assisting as much as possible and just reaching out to different stylists whose work you respect, because now it's so easy with Instagram. You can just DM people.
Sure.
That's how I get clients sometimes. I'll just DM them and be like, I love your work. Like, let me know if you ever need a stylist. But people definitely respond. Like I get a lot of messages from different like college kids and different people looking to intern or wanting just to see what it's like on a set.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really good advice for almost any industry, you know, not just, you know, check your ego at the door, work hard, try to make connections, you know.
If you complain, people will like talk about it. I've stopped working with a lot of assistants if they complain. It's just, everyone's trying to do their best and like get the work done, and complaining, there's no room. There's just no room for it. So
doesn't do any good anyway. So
nope, it won't fix it. And you know, there's a lot of other people that want to be there. So
that's true.
No complaining allowed. It's like a number one rule, I think.
No whining.
No whining on set. You're gonna have to show up at 5 a.m. and with a smile on your face.
Right.
And that's just how it works. And you stay until whenever they tell you can leave.
I hear you. Anyway, well, Mandy, it's been a real pleasure hanging out with you today. And so we're going to have a link for your book underneath so that, you know, people can, right, Kelly?
Yeah. We'll put a link.
Good. Yeah.
And show people where they can get the book. And then let us know when you do the Valentine's book, the dating.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm excited. That's
almost done. I'm working on the Polo Lounge right now. That's what I'm drawing.
Oh, I miss the Polo Lounge. Yeah.
Our
friend John Diamore that we've had on before, he used to be like a regular at the Polo Lounge. And he's going to be, you know, I'm having my yearly drink at the Polo Lounge. You know?
Hopefully.
Well, a yearly, not monthly, it was yearly. So it's not really a regular, but that's his favorite place.
That's cute. It's a classic.
Yeah, it's what?
It's a classic.
It is. Yeah. Anyways, well, thanks, Mandy. So we'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for coming on, okay?
Yeah, thank you
for having me.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye, Kimbra.
Bye.
Bye.